Hey guys, what is up? Mike here, Laker Talk. Let's talk Lakers basketball. All right, so wanted to shoot this video and give my thoughts on the team, where we are today, going into 2020, wrapping up the year 2019. We're 26-7. I just want to give my thoughts on the team, and going into January, we have the trade deadline coming February 6th. And I just want to give my thoughts on the team overall. I want to go through the players, give my thoughts on them and the outlook going into January, and just talk about things that we need to keep an eye on, and if there are any things that I would change right now as it stands. All right, so let's talk about these things. So we're 26-7, second best record in the NBA behind Milwaukee Bucks. All right, all in all, excellent 2019, right? 26-7, second best record in the NBA. Just came off 2 wins to Portland, Dallas, after those 4 tough losses. But before that, we were playing excellent basketball, as we all seen. LeBron James was playing like a 25-year-old, which I'm going to talk about him. We're going to go through all the players, but I'm going to talk about him. But he was playing very young and energetic and like an MVP caliber player. So was Anthony Davis. We had a good run. And then we kind of it looked like we got tired, and we had those 4 losses. And then we had 2 wins after that, Portland and Dallas yesterday. Now, my only gripe about all of this 26-7, is excellent. My only gripe is I wish we would have won maybe just 2 of those games against these tough playoff teams. Now, yes, we did beat Denver previously. We did beat Dallas previously. We only played Milwaukee once, and Indiana caught us on the tail end of the tail end of a 5-game roadie. But now, Denver game I'm not really tripping on, because coming off a road trip, that Sunday game, you got that home cooked meal, you have kind of like a letdown. Denver came out and punched us in the mouth. So I'm not really concerned about that game. But losing 4 of those in a row, Indiana, Milwaukee, Denver, and LA Clippers, when you combine all of those, you got people out there saying, hey, the Lakers didn't stand up when they were truly battle tested. They didn't really stand up to the test. That's my only gripe. Like, yeah, we are an excellent team. We beat Portland. We beat Dallas yesterday. But to be honest with you, Dallas they didn't really give us a true test yesterday. I wanted, like, if Luka Doncic had 39, 15 and 7, like 11, like a high triple-double, and they were balling out and we were balling out, I could say, hey, we were battle tested and we beat a tough playoff team. But it felt like Dallas kind of like was like, you know what, we're going to give the Lakers this game. That's kind of like how I felt. So my only gripe is I look at these games. I love the road record. And historically, LeBron James, outside of last year, he's always been great on the road. So I love the fact that we can count on that. Like, LeBron James has historically, even with his Cavs and all that stuff, and Miami teams, he's been great on the road. And so I love that. So I love that about our team. But the fact is, I just feel the Clippers game would have done something for me. You know what I mean? Like, it would have alleviated any of those losses, and just made this whole thing right. The fact that we lost twice to them now, after that big 15-point lead, I still feel we have something to prove against another top-tier team. Like, we have the Clippers coming at the end of January. So we have Boston, we have Houston. Those are some good teams. So we have some tests coming up later on over the next couple weeks. But the schedule looks really nice over the next week or so. But we'll talk about that. But that's my only gripe. Outside of the this first part of this, wrapping up to 2020 or 2019, 26-7. That's my only gripe. I would have loved to have been more battle tested and beat a few more of these playoff teams. Anyway, having said that, I want to go into let me go into our players down the list and talk about them and my thoughts on them. So starting with Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is that superstar that's been consistent, just like LeBron. He played pretty much all year long. We got the shoulder thing that we have to keep an eye on, but for the most part, he's managing that shoulder tweak that he continues to tweak every single game, but then continues to play with it. I think I know. I had the same injury, to be honest with you. I'm in the gym and it hurts, but then you go about your day and you don't really feel it, and then the next day you feel something and it's like you get hit. So he's going to be dealing with that all year long, but I think he can play through it. I felt something like that. He needs really like a month. I had a shoulder twinge like that. I don't know if it's a rotator cuff or something. He needs like a month, like just with therapy, to actually work that out, and he's not going to get that. So I think he's going to be dealing with this shoulder injury pretty much. It's like a shoulder pinch all year long, but I think it's something he can play through it. But he's the type of superstar that's not going to demand the ball. He's a perfect combination with LeBron James. Like, he's not this A1 superstar that demands the ball, needs to take all these shots. He kind of waits for his turn, right? But the thing is, he's going to give you 25 plus a game, and he's going to play excellent defense. That's what we're going to get from Anthony Davis. Very great complementary player with LeBron James. Now, LeBron James, great compliment for Anthony Davis. Playing like an MVP at some point. He just turned 35 years old today. Here's the thing about LeBron James. Reality is reality. Father Time is undefeated. And yes, LeBron James is going to have games where he plays like he's 25 years old. He's going to dunk on somebody. He's going to put up 37 points or 35 points or 32 points here and there and have a big triple-double. But I don't think we're going to get those games every single day. I don't think he can afford to actually exert that much energy at his age, at his body type, every single day. Having said that, I'm going to start accepting the fact that I'll take 17 to 20 points from LeBron James for a 12 to 14 assists, 10 rebounds, or 9 or 7 to 8 rebounds. If he can give us that 17 points to 20 points and just facilitate all game and does that, manage the team, I'm going to expect the 25 plus points come from Anthony Davis. Basically, pass the torch offensively and like dominating wise to Anthony Davis and let LeBron James just kind of like own his zone, because with his body type, he can kind of like bully folks here and there, but I don't expect him to blow by guys. I don't expect him to dunk on people. I don't expect him to dominate as he was when he was with the Miami Heat. And that's something that I'm just going to expect, and that's just the reality. He's 35 years old, just turned 35 today. As we seen about a week or so ago, he was playing like he was 25 years old. But that takes a lot out of your body. As you saw, he broke down, or he got very tired around that Indiana game, and then it showed from that Indiana point game up until it's kind of like a fighter. It's kind of like a big heavyweight fight, and the guy gave you 7 rounds and went crazy all 7 rounds. And it's a long match. It's a 12-round match. He's going to get tired of that 8th round, 9th round. He's just human. So the fact is, I'm okay with LeBron James kind of going easy. Even though we got a break now until Wednesday, go easy. I saw him in the gym. He looks good, looks healthy. Love that. But we don't need LeBron James, I don't think, to go 35. When we play the Clippers, when we get to the playoffs, turn it up a notch, because you got all offseason to rest. Turn it up a notch. Now for the rest of the season, do that facilitating. Give me 17, 20 points a game. That's what I'm going to expect from LeBron James. I'm not going to push him so hard. At least you're not going to hear it from me, right? I'm not going to push him. Other people might push him. Other people might say, man, LeBron James not giving us anything. But no, I'm going to accept the reality. Father Time is there, and LeBron James needs to kind of load manage throughout the season. And I really, truly respect LeBron James for playing every single game. Shout out to LeBron, because he gave us this good record, 26-7, and it's all because he played every single game. So shout out to LeBron James. Having said that, Avery Bradley is going to give us what he's been giving us. He's a pit bull. I would bring Avery Bradley off the bench though, but what he's given us, he's going to give us. Danny Green is a guy that's been inconsistent over the last week or so, but I think Danny Green is the type of guy that I'm okay going into the rest of the season and going into the playoffs with. He's a champion. I trust him. When push comes to shove, he will be a guy that's going to give you that defense and knock down some shots. A lot of people are saying, should we trade Danny Green? I think you stick it out with Danny Green. He's making $14 million on a 2-year deal. If things don't pan out, if we took him into the playoffs and it didn't do well, which I don't think that would be the case, he's an excellent guy to move in the offseason because he's got 1 year expiring contract, a guy that can shoot. He's going to be excellent for any playoff team if we needed to move Danny Green. Or I would go with Danny Green into the season if I think he's really a guy that you can count on going in to the rest of the season and even going into next season. I think he's going to turn it around. Consistent-wise. But having said that, I don't think he's that 14-point scorer that I thought he would be. I think that's going to come from KCP. I still think he's going to give you 6 points here and there, 8 points, 10 points yesterday, 12 points here and there. He might go for 14 points. He might go for 18 points on a rare occasion like we saw on Christmas Day. I think he put up 18 points when everybody else was, or somebody, not it wasn't Christmas Day, but I think somebody was struggling, and him and KCP went off and put up some big shots. I think when you give him a lot of shots, I think he's gonna knock most of those down. So we'll stick with Danny Green. KCP, a guy that started the season crazy rough, but now is one of our best role players. Young, athletic, can defend, and knows how to play within himself now. Knows how to play within the team. Doesn't take a lot of shots, but he can knock down that outside shot. He's a good 3-point shooter, good defender. And, I mean, what can you say? 6'5", can defend, can shoot, can play within the system of the team, play at a high IQ level right now. One of our best role players. I mean, I think he should be starting, though, over Avery Bradley. That's a no-brainer. We were playing our best when he was starting with Danny Green, LeBron, JaVale, and AD. So I think that should happen at some point. We'll see. JaVale and Dwight Howard, another 2 guys who've been consistent all year long. I think that's why we are where we are, because you had JaVale McGee consistent, Dwight Howard consistently blocking shots and playing great for what they give us. I think that's going to continue throughout the rest of the season into 2020. Now you move on to 3 guys who I put on the who I would put on the block. Well, I'll say this. Let me get to Rondo. Rondo is inconsistent. I want Rondo to be more consistent in terms of that point guard that we truly need. A guy that can come in. Now he's battling minutes with Alex Caruso, because Caruso is great, great team player defensively and things like that. Rondo handles the ball a little bit better than Caruso, but Caruso does a lot of other things better as well in terms of defending and things like that. So I don't think we shop Rondo. I think we keep him unless we can get another point guard. Then we can package him with somebody. Obviously, Caruso is staying. Having said that, I don't know if I would look to shop Rondo. The 3 that I would look to shop that we're not really using is Quinn Cook. I will look to shop Jared Dudley. And I know we don't use him that much, but I'm not so quick to shop Troy Daniels. I like Troy Daniels. I like the fact that we haven't used him that much, but I still like the potential, what he can bring. He's on a low contract, but 2 guys we're not utilizing at all, and we don't need his play, is Quinn Cook and Jared Dudley. Those 2 guys, that's around $4 million or something like that. I would definitely put those and shop those guys out right now. And then lastly, with Kuzma, as you've seen with Kuzma, the question is, should you shop Kuz and things like that? At the end of the day, here's the reality about Kuzma. As you saw yesterday, he scored 0 points. And there's a lot of games where he didn't score. He scored like 4 points he didn't do much, and we're beating a lot of teams. The thing is, it's a reality that we don't need Kuzma to win games. But we would love to have Kuzma to be more consistent. Because of that situation, the fact that I feel like we can still win games when Kuzma doesn't play well, I still feel, okay, I need all of January to truly determine what we could get for Kyle Kuzma if we are to package him with, let's say, Quinn Cook or Jared Dudley or something like that, to see what we can get. And if we get a guard, we might package him with Rondo or something like that. But as of right now, I still feel we have all of January to figure out, okay, what is Kuzma's role and what do we expect from him? What is he going to give this team? Obviously, when you're on Twitter and he's not scoring any points like he did yesterday, you got everybody going like, I'm going to need Kuzma to score at least, he can't go 0 points. Now, I'm watching the game. I'm thinking, hell, we're up comfy. Like, we're playing really good basketball. I don't care what Kuzma score. That's just me. So I'm looking at it overall, like, from a team standpoint. I don't care what he gives us. The team is playing well. Now, if the team is playing poorly, I think that actually happened to KCP at one point. I think it was Jared Dudley or KCP. They put out the stats, 27 minutes, 0 points for KCP. I'm like, I don't care. We won the game. He still gave us good defense. Yesterday, Kuzma's shooting didn't hurt his level of play. And somebody was saying, like, he played great defense. No, Kuzma playing great defense is Kuzma not screwing up. Didn't mean he played excellent defense. It just meant Kuzma was actually tuned in yesterday. He was tuned in defensively. He was locked in. He wasn't moving his feet. He was staying down and things like that. And he was trying. And he played a pretty good IQ defensive game yesterday. So he didn't hurt us at all. And the fact that he didn't score points, but that's only a bonus if he knocks down those shots. But I still think we got all of January to figure out, okay, what do we get from Kuzma? He's only making, what, 1.9? We still have all of offseason. If it plays out and he's inconsistent for the rest of the year, then you look to move him in the offseason. Or you look to package him with somebody else, see what we got. But having said that, this can all change because we got all of January and we got a favorable schedule over the next week. Phoenix, New Orleans, Detroit, New York, and then we go on a road for 2. All those are at home. Phoenix, New Orleans, Detroit, New York. We should win all those. And then we got Dallas on the road. We got OKC on the road. And then we come back home and play Cleveland and Orlando. And then we go on the road for 5 games. I think that's a Grammys moment there where they take us out for 5 games. Houston, Boston, New York, Brooklyn, Philly. And then we come back home to play the Clippers. So that's at the end of January. Now, having said that, that will be around the trade deadline, and we'll figure out who we need to move, what additional player we need on the team. But for the most part, if we can get KCP to be more, to continue to be consistent the way he is, we get Kuzma to lock in IQ-wise defensively and to not hurt us there, which he did yesterday. What he give us on the offensive end is going to be a plus. If we can get through January and with this team being the way we are with no injuries and things like that, I think we'll be all right. And then we'll have a clear-cut idea on what we need going into February, if anything. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the team. I want to say thanks everybody for supporting the channel. Thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for subscribing. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I put out videos like this every single day. And as always, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MikeSportsLA. Hit me in the comments below, like it, subscribe. Happy New Year if I don't post a video tomorrow. Have a great, safe, healthy New Year, and I'll see you guys probably in 2020. Holla at your boy. We'll talk soon. Peace.